Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another week of me trying to be profitable and earn a payout. And this week was pretty crazy. We're finally getting into the swing of things and been following the plan really well and have been working hard outside of my trading time to develop and hone my skills further. Honestly, I think it's been paying off very well, but I'll let you guys decide, so yeah. Okay, going into Monday, these were my overall key levels, and price was stalling at this point as it retested a strong level of a 4-hour fair value gap and 1-hour order block. Price did move very bearish last week, but had a wick sweep off some equal lows on the 4-hour, so we ended up getting a bit of a retracement. Looking at the low time frame, we did form quite bullish within this bearish 1-hour order block, so we could see a break higher and go for some longs. Though this is only if we break higher on, let's say, the 5 or 15 minute time frame. Gotta be patient with this one since price does seem to be accumulating quite a bit right now. And going to the trade today, we did wick quite a bit until market open, where we did get a little pump up and broke higher, and I ended up waiting for the next 5-minute candle confirmation, which did form bullish, so I decided on longs today. I'm happy with the setup I took today because I remained more patient and had the confirmation be set before I entered in. But yeah, I got filled and price ended up running really nicely, and I was able to move to break even and price hit my TP shortly after for a nice win of 700. And clean setup today. I'm happy with the patience I kept today as I didn't force the setup during pre-market and a bit past market open. Price was confirmed to move higher, so I ended up switching my bias from shorts to longs, which also showed that I kept a better overall mindset today. Then I'll say I felt pretty efficient and productive with completing work today, so just overall a great day. Alright, going into today, price does seem quite chopped after we hit this 4-hour fair value gap. We're still respecting it, so we could move lower, but need to see some alignments in the time frames. There was also a wick sweep of the high, so that was another bearish indication, but it's worthless if there's no confirmation on the low time frame. Looking at the low time frame, we did also follow that chopped look with us stalling after hitting the 15-minute fair value gap. Right now, I mainly just want to see how price continues to develop, because the condition right now is not that great for me to take a setup. Going to the setup, I waited past market open where we had a massive dump and formed a 15-minute wick to the sell side. Waiting a bit more, we did get a 5-minute breaker to the buy side, which added on to my long bias. Though I did want to see a 1-minute shift, so I ended up waiting, and price did give me a shift, though we already did move up a crazy amount. Since we did get confirmation, though, I still did enter, and we were running pretty nicely initially. Since we did have a nice move up and we were retesting imbalance, I ended up moving to break even, and price came down shortly after to hit my stop for a break even. And with today, I think I could have taken the initial setup I wanted with confidence, since we had confirmation behind it. There was with the 15-minute wick sweep of the lows plus the 5-minute breaker, so there was plenty of confirmation, though I don't think that waiting for the 1-minute shift was a bad thing as it confirms the setup more, so I was just following my plan more. Alright, going into the high time frame, we did seem to be ranging for now as price had retested a 4-hour and 1-hour fair value gap, working the overlap and retesting this bearish 1-hour order block. And looking at the low time frame, we were trending higher with us respecting this 15-minute fair value gap, though we were losing quite a bit of bullish power and we formed this very weak 5-minute order block. And going to the setup, we're actually holding above this 5-minute order block pretty well with a 1-minute accumulation range, and because of that I was thinking of waiting for the 5-minute candle form to confirm the setup, and we did get that 5-minute form, which gave me the confidence to enter. I was a top tick master, ended up getting to stop that instantly for a loss of 440. And for the setup, there was plenty I could have done better. For one, I could have had the confidence to enter earlier from the initial 1-minute shift, since we were accumulating and holding above the 5-minute order block. Waiting for the 5-minute candle formation took too long, and price had already ran really nicely, so there wasn't much point entering as we already took out the prominent draws on liquidity. And I think in the future I'll be more confident and use the 1-minute shifts compared to the 5-minute formations. It really depends on the market condition, as I can't just one size fits all every day. Alright, so for today we were overall retesting this 4-hour fair value gap very strongly, and you can see we formed quite bullish within it, and we're also respecting a 1-hour fair value gap within that currently, so I can see us moving higher. We were looking bearish in a moment though, as we were respecting this 15-minute order block as we retested it with very weak bullish power. And along with that, we also had a high time frame high sweep, which on the 4-hour was currently a wick. Going to the setup, I was actually really compelled by the setup because we had really strong confluences like the high time frame wick sweep and the 15-minute order block. And price also ended up failing to form a new 15-minute order block for bullish, and that along with the 1-minute shift convinced me to take the setup. I did take the setup off the 1-minute shift also because of yesterday's lesson, and initially it was pretty scary with price pushing very strongly into the 15-minute order block. I still maintained the trade since I was confident that it would work out. Either way, it was an A+ setup, and watching price develop further, we maintained the bearish SMT, and price ended up getting a good push down during macro. And since we did get a nice push down to my first draw on liquidity, I moved my stop loss to break even, and price ended up hitting my stop during market open. And for today, I'm honestly pretty happy with the setup. The read was good as it accounted for the main things like the imbalances and the candle power along with AMD, and price did end up hitting a full TP in the end, so I would have hit TP if I didn't move to break even, but honestly I didn't mind that. More important to stick to the plan and not gamble market open. So yeah, that's about it for Thursday. Alright, so for today we were consolidating after hitting the 4-hour fair value gap, and we were also respecting this 1-hour order block for bearish as well, which added on to the shorts as the consolidation cut off the bullish power. And we were retesting this bullish 1-hour order block as well, so there's some potential to move higher. And looking at the lit over here, we had a 15-minute change in state delivery to the sell side with price inversing a bunch of imbalances above. And we were retesting this 15-minute order block, which we are currently still respecting, though we also had inverse imbalances like the 5-minute inverse fair value gap within the 15-minute order block. As this there's so many options, I wanted to wait and narrow down my options when price became more clear. Right, moving into the setup, we ended up getting a 1-minute shift from the 1-minute order block retest, and initially I was pretty convinced, but I waited just a bit longer before getting into the setup as I saw the reaction candle was bearish, and we ended up getting a stronger shift after a little bit of waiting, which I entered off of. And we developed an internal bullish SMT as well as a wick sweep on the 15-minute time frame, and price ended up running really well from that point as we formed a 5-minute order block for bullish as well, and we had LRLs for easy targets. Price ended up getting a strong push up from macro, which brought us close to the target, and because of that I moved to break even just under the candle body of the newly formed 1-minute order block. And we then hit market open, where we then got a pump to hit our target for a nice win of 440. And with the setup, I'm honestly really happy with it. Nothing really comes to mind when I think about what I would change, as the read was on point from watching how price was reacting to confluences, and we had confirmation. And I would say staying consistent with the daily tasks that I am completing and continuing to follow the plan, because I'm on a good run so far. Alright, so that about does it for this week. As you can see, this week was pretty good, and I'm really happy with this week, primarily because I stuck to the plan so well. Granted, on Wednesday I did slip a little bit, but now I'm feeling a lot more consistent and efficient with sticking to the plan and executing it. I also felt my reads were getting a lot better too this week, and that's all thanks to the backtesting I've been doing this week. I've been backtesting my model for 2024, and I've just been doing like a month's worth of data recently each day, and that has helped rapidly with developing my vision to read the charts. And because of all the backtesting, I've learned to incorporate more candle power analysis along with the confluences, as before I would do it more subconsciously, and then it would occasionally align with my setup, which I can then see afterwards. So it's kind of more luck. But yeah, since I've been analyzing more carefully and doing my best to not overcomplicate my setup, I'm starting to value candle nature more and more. Letting my confluences mix with the candle nature to align a read together, along with waiting for price to be more easily readable for me, has just helped me a tremendous amount. And I'm really happy with the progress I've made, and I'm going to stay consistent and keep grinding every single day to maintain this growth. But yeah, otherwise that's about it for this week. If you guys are interested, check out me and my friends' Discord. It's just a chill place for everybody to talk and grow as traders, and we're all on the same path to become the traders that we want to become. So yeah, join up if you guys are keen. But yeah, that's about it for this one, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.